Okay. Oh, 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 oh. Uh, only two chat rules. Please be over the age of 17, and please be kind to one another. Okay, here we go. Hello, Robin. Happy Easter. Let's see here. Let me pop out my chat and distribute it over here on this side of the screen. Make that go to that side of the screen, and we are in good shape. I believe I even have focus. And yeah, I didn't, I honestly had forgotten the fact that it is Easter Sunday, and I probably should have canceled because I imagine that a lot of people are, enjoying the day with family and, or, opportunities with their churches or various, and sundry other things. But leave it to me to completely space it out. But anyway, I'm here. Hopefully, everybody is okay and enjoying this gorgeous spring weather that we seem to be having all over the place. And I know that the guy is outside mowing my lawn right now, so he's obviously not taking Sunday off. Kenny, Kenny, did Joe get home last night? And yay, I'm so glad to see you here. So I'm drinking hot coffee and cold cranberry juice. And so, that ought to tell you everything you need to know about what's going on with me. And other than that, I am just really sort of looking forward to doing a little grab bag coloring today and having fun. I did want to show you, and I'll get to it here in just a second, but I've been working on this, and so I wanted to zoom you down and have you look at it in all this silly, minute detail, but it's kind of important to the technique. And so let me just make sure that I've got my autofocus. Did I say he was outside mowing the lawn? My goodness. Hello, Melinda. And hello, Jill. Oh no. Waiting. I know it says eating, but I imagine it says waiting for surgery tomorrow. Is it on your knees again, Jill? And if so, whatever it is, honey, I hope that that it is okay, that everything is okay. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice warm light. Right now, let's see if we can zoom down just a bit and come back into good sharp focus. Okay. So what I've done on this, besides, I think we've just only done maybe the one, but as I got to experimenting with it all the way across, of course, realizing that this short guy here was the one that was tucked in the back. So I had to decide what I wanted, how to handle the shadows. So you can see that I have deepened the colors quite a bit. I obviously missed a spot right there. And I even went over it again, over the top of it with a darker shadow because, Dee Dee's voice in my head kept going contrast, 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 needs more contrast. And the same thing is true up here. so that I could add that dimension and definition between the pipes. So that is what this looks like so far. Of course, I got to realizing that while this is a pipe, this is probably a tree. Pipe. This is quite likely supposed to be an actual tree because see over here, even though they've got little pins in them, these are much more defined as trees with branches. So, these will be different than this over here. And so I'm just, I'm not going to color this today, but this is just what's been going on, and one of the things that I was working on a little bit this week. So anyway, how is everybody otherwise? I mean, I know that Kenny is over the moon. And hello, Sandy. Nice to see you, dear. Everybody, Sandy at Color Creatively has a YouTube channel, coloring YouTube channel, and does wonderful work over there. And Kathy, good to see you. And my goodness, it's so nice to see everybody. Happy Easter to one and all. And anyway, so this is where we are on this. I did darken up the colors on this as well, but I have yet to do the black. I'm trying to decide if I want to go all the way black or if I want to, which means that I break out the actual Sakura India ink pens, or if I want to just stick with the Inktense blacks. I did, of course, use black here, ink black, but it's still a little gray. So I could darken it up very much the way that I've done here. And I have yet to decide that. And then, of course, just the underlaying of the shadow is done on this pipe so far and on this pipe. So you can see I'm getting bolder with, with how I'm doing the shadowing as I'm getting more and more familiar with exactly how it works and how it is overlaying. And yeah, Sandy, I got to tell you that I am so pleased with the way that this is turning out. I was originally making these gray. They were all supposed to be silver colored, just like this, to look like metal. And then I just don't like gray or silver, so I decided to make them gold. And the minute that I overlaid the gold right over that shadow, this magical effect sort of happened. And I mean, there's 5 colors in here at least. There's there's the mustard, there's the golden yellow, there's the baked earth, there's willow, there's just all sorts of different colors down in various parts of this. And the way they blended together, like I say, it really did just sort of make a bit of unintentional magic on the page. So I'm just delighted with the way that turned out. Anyway, all right, on to this. We are going to do a take on the 80 marker challenge, or the marker challenge. Now this time I don't have them in a blind bag. I do have them in a bag, and I'm going to choose them without looking. So, and I do get the right to refuse if I choose something that's really totally yucky. The bottom line is every space is going to be a different color, and we're going to see if the pattern holds up. So this is my work. This is in my book, Flowers and Flyers. And, this is the one that's got the birds and all of that kind of stuff in it. So, like, we did this one, which is the painted bunting. If you've been here before, you've seen these. but I'm going to show them for those who may not have seen them. What happened to the video on the metal tutorial? Oh, it's there. It's last week. Oh, you mean, well, yeah, but I sort of counted last week's live as that. You meant a separate standalone, I need to make one video. I got you, Kenny. What happened to it? Well, I didn't do it. That's what happened. Sitting here waiting for the sweet potatoes to be done. Then it is dinner time. Coloring out of the new WoW book, World of Warcraft, I'm guessing. Watching and listening. Love your channel and your artwork. Thank you, Debbie. What a nice thing to say. And thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, this is my painted bunting, Melinda. And Kenny, I really will do one. I promise. And now that yeah, I will do one. I will do one now that I know you're expecting one. And yeah, I really did intend to do a video this week. I just didn't do it. So that's all there is to that. I did a version of this. I don't know where it is. I think I took it out for some reason. This is the Oriole, the Baltimore Oriole that we did. And I did this with Inktense as well. I'm so proud of the bird's reflection. And this is a Bohemian waxwing. Now, this could be anything. It could have been a Steller's Jay, or it could have been a Blue Jay, which is basically a Steller's Jay. I made it a Bohemian waxwing, which when I did use a reference photo when I drew this, and I drew it as a Bohemian waxwing. So that's why I colored it this way. And then this one, of course, is the one with the wonderful tritones, which, speaking of Sandy sent me the Kohinoor tritones is how we did this one. So anyway, so there's just tons of, this was the other candidate for the 80 marker challenge, which I could easily do still. But I thought this one would get a little confusing with all those flowers. Anyway, so there's just lots of stuff in this book. Ooh. There's this one, which we did. This is my hydrangea. I love the way that the hydrangea turned out, and I really love the way that the butterfly turned out. Hello, Ripley, and thank you very much. And oh, this, yeah, I am going to do the next section of this in that video. I'm going to start with, this is the result, right? And this is a base of how you get there. And then I'll actually do maybe these other two sections on the video and show exactly how I did it, so that, because I know a lot of people don't like to watch lives back because they don't want to have to deal with chat and all of that, although you can turn that off. But it is really a whole lot of me talking to other people and whatever the news is of the day. I don't know what the news is of the day because I have not been watching the news. I have been purposely keeping my head buried. I have no idea what is going on in the world. other than some rather unpleasant fellows are getting their comeuppance, I think. But other than that, that's about all I know. So lots of things that we colored. That's the very first thing I colored with Inktense. Right there. Um, and then the rest of it, of course, is markers. Southeast Michigan. Okay. Um, so y'all know how books are structured. There's the 24 main images. Then they are repeated in card size form. And then there's a bunch of bonus pictures at the back. Oh, except no, I didn't start putting bonus pictures in until after this one. This was my third book. So all the others have bonus pictures in them, but the first three do not. Well, the first one does now, which is this one, which I redid, and Flowers and Dreams. And I redid this when it was a year old. And these are the bonus pictures that are in it. So these are from my other books. Okay. And there's 14 of those books. So lots of stuff to look at, all available either at Amazon or as PDFs through my Etsy store. Links are below in the description. And that concludes the self-promotion sales portion of this video. Now, let's blindly choose a pretty marker and just go for it. So this particular challenge here is just simply all we're really going to do is prove that color is fun. You don't have to spend so much time worrying about what colors to use as you just enjoy the journey. Hang on, I'm looking for, because if I don't find one, Melinda will kill me. Look at that. Oh, no, not that one. It's an actual drawing in progress. Yes, I actually have a drawing in progress. Oh no, the world must be coming to an end. Okay, this is a, hang on, let me draw the right color. All right, that's a piece of cardstock. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put it between my paper page and my protector of the page underneath. Now, the reason why I'm going to do that is because alcohol markers need someplace to spread. And I'd rather not have them spread on this piece of paper, because this is Amazon paper, and you can peel it, but if you're gentle, you don't. And I don't want it to bleed outside the lines. So and I learned this from Sammy, if you put a piece of cardstock underneath it, then the alcohol marker will bleed into the cardstock and not across your page. So that's a little bit. Otherwise, there is just no reason why you cannot use water mediums. I mean, I've obviously proved that over and over again in an Amazon paper book or your markers. So, and I like to color in big, bold colors. So I am going to use this. Now, once again, I'm not paying much attention at all to what color something is. And because these are small, I'm just going to do 2 spaces per of colors. All right, now I pulled blindly again. So now I've got an aqua. And once again, you do not, you just go right next to it, and you will find as you work that your colors will start to work together, and they don't clash. They just form this sort of it's a harmony. Okay, so there's a green, right? And it's not a melody, it's a harmony until it turns into a melody. Now you can, obviously, if you decide you want to do this, you can. You want to go to the other side, you don't have to just work one side. If you develop an idea, but this is what this exercise is designed to do, is to make you not afraid of, or not worry about the colors that you choose. Okay. Now, actually, I think I need to warm that up because the colors are kind of looking a little funky there on the camera. So let me see if I can warm up the light. Okay, so that's kind of an olive green, and that's a purple, and that is, of course, a turquoise blue. Let me see if I chill them down, what happens now. Well, let's try the chilly side for just a little bit. Roxane, hello, my dear. Oh, I'm so very glad to see you. And happy Easter. And hello, Caroline. Oh my goodness, and Ripley. How very, very nice. Thank you all for joining me today. And I know it was that bizarre headline, right? A marker challenge. What? Now, so far, I have not drawn any dud colors, and I have not, and I'm seriously, I'm not paying attention. I really am not. And when I reach for, I'm looking the other direction here at my desk, and but like I say, that's what this exercise is about. It's to get you to stop thinking about, or stop getting stopped by what color to use, and just like, here's a gray, right? So maybe I don't want to put the gray there. Maybe I'll put the gray over here. And if you work with a 100 marker set, it doesn't have to be 100 markers. It could be 40 markers. And then if you, run out of markers, or you run out of spaces, then start all over again. Just throw them right back in the bag and start over again. All right, now this is a sort of a beige color. I think this is like sand. So maybe I'll go over to this side. And I love this exercise. Now Anne's, I saw it at Anne's. I don't know where she got it, but as far as the exercise goes, okay. So this one is more of a, I would call this a baby poop brown. So, that slightly greenish version of yellowy brown. Wait. Hair and all, I am so glad, Roxine. And like I say, it is so good to see you. I know that you just, it's just a tough road to go, and I'm glad you are on the mend. Oh, I'm going to veto that choice. All right. All right, this is a green of some sort, so we'll go ahead and go with that. Kind of a light green, I think. So you can see that even it doesn't matter that it's sort of similar to the other side or to the other, the other three colors there. It still just all works together. All right, now, ooh, that's a pretty color. This is a orangey of some kind. And let's start here at the top. And of course, the beauty of alcohol markers is you can straight color with them. I'm not really worrying about streaks or anything like that. And it's just, I hear from folks all the time who will say, but I don't know what colors to use. Well, start with your favorite colors. Start with the colors that you really like, colors that make you smile. If blues are your favorites, then start with blues. If greens are your favorites, start with greens. Blindly choose. It doesn't matter. Just pick a color to start with and then keep it going. Trees do not have to be green. Leaves do not have to be green or yellow or red. Leaves can be purple. They can be blue. They can be pink. They can be any color that you want. Okay, here is another sort of beigey brown kind of color. So what is everybody doing for Easter? Or what did everybody do for Easter? I did absolutely nothing. I just, I literally woke up this morning. That's it. It's kind of been a while since I've been an Easter egg hunter, either a hider or a hunter of eggs. Okay, so this one is sort of a flesh colored one. I think I'm going to put that up here. The only rule, it doesn't have to be either side, it just has to be one or the other. No deciding to put it down there because that's where it matches, right? The exercise is, will it be beautiful or won't it, regardless of the color choice? And there's plenty of time for you to work on color theory and, learning how to make a picture harmonious. This exercise is designed to make you unafraid. Okay. Unafraid. My best friend called me on Friday last. I think it was Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was last Friday. And once again, she reminded me of that old adage that how you get rid of fear. you open the door. When fear comes knocking at the door, that's how you get rid of it, by opening the door. All right. I'm closing my eyes and reaching into this bag. All right, and there is another one. Oh, that's a pretty combo. Next to that. And also, sometimes accidents happen this way. So if you do a little exercise like this, and you discover that there might be a color combination that you really like that you didn't know that you liked, you know? Ooh, there's another. This one down here at this end just doesn't seem to want to be very, I don't want to say interesting. They're colors that certainly are working together. They're just not. It's the proving of my point. They don't have to work together, because it doesn't matter what color they are. It's still pretty. Ooh, there's a nice orange of some sort. Okay. Seems hard to believe that it is already, the first week of April, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like just a couple days ago it was like November? Okay. Ooh, it's an interesting color. Okay. Let's choose that for this. We'll choose. This is like a dark chocolatey brown. I'm going to do this whole outer ring because it's all technically one piece. Back to you. Hello, Vicki. And welcome to anybody that I may have missed saying hi to. Welcome to the Silent Lurkers. I know you're there. Let's see. I've been really enjoying my video game that I play. So it's not a World of Warcraft type of thing, but it is there's a guild, and and I'm a member. I'm a working member of the guild, actually. My job is to make sure that the guild is motivated and that I keep them informed of all the stuff that is going on in the game. Okay. So there's that. All right, now let's pick another color. Ooh, red. All right. We'll choose red. And now here we will go. Once again, you don't have to you, just like I went with two, all right, two spaces for each of these, I'm going to do two petals for each of these colors as well, and just put them opposite each other. That will give, the reason why you do that is because even though everything is a different color, you do want to leave a couple of objects that are visually symmetrical. Anytime you do an exercise like this, just so that it doesn't like wig out the brain. All right, now this is, I've always detested purple and yellow together, but I am putting this purple next to these yellows and these browns because I want to prove to myself that it will work. But I've never been much of a pastels person to begin with, so you know, the yellow combination with pink or purple or baby blue or any of that, it just does nothing for me. Give me my emeralds and my amethysts and my rubies and stuff like that, but I don't much care for the pastel. The one that I will make an exception for is the aquamarine. I just think the aquamarine is gorgeous. Okay. The dark gray, like a charcoal gray. Now, of course, your marker is always much darker when it goes down, and then it dries lighter. And because I've got the sheet underneath, you can see how much of the overflow it's catching. Yes, my jewel tones. I love jewel tones, always have. Veto, veto. Okay. All right. This ought to be interesting. This is hot pink next to that red. Probably should have gone the other way next to the brown, but that's okay because, oh, there's a brown. This one just wants to be ugly. This just wants to be ugly. This is an even darker brown than the other one. But what we'll prove by that is that even ugly works. Okay, now this is a sort of a salmony pink. Wow. Sorry. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I crack myself up sometimes. This one is just ugly. goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. Oh, wait. This actually might work. This actually might work. Oh, Lord. Wouldn't that be just hilarious? Uh, all right. Wait. We're redeeming it. It's going from fugly to something else. Uh, you missed the joke. You're talking about Joe. Kenny, I cracked myself up. In my head, I've always, there's a couple of phrases which I will never use. But there are, so we have there's a word that we use called fugly, which, it's the other version of ugly, right? And so as I was coloring along and I drew this salmon color along with all these other colors for this flower, it went from being merely ugly to being fugly, and it cracked me up. So it's my bad. All right, now I am going to use this in one other spot, just because I want to color unify just a little bit here. And so I'm going to just put that in the center as well. I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have used a different color, especially considering that, look, that I put that in and it bled closed. So I laughed. Shouldn't have laughed. Okay. All right, this is ink, calligraphy ink, and so if you want to fix something like that, and you can. I shouldn't do it that way. I should do it. Let me see if I can find it. Somewhere in this mess of stuff, I have one of these. A beautiful glass pen that was sent to me by Shannon, I believe, sent that. And so I should be able to add a little bit of white to that. With it. And I could have used a gel pen, but I tried my gel pen just the other day, and my white gel pens are all dry as a bone. So the glass pen works just as well. Now, technically, you can actually write with a glass pen if you have the right kind of ink. The particular ink that I have is a little too viscous to make smooth writing, but it makes for good gel pen use. And where there's a will, there's always a way. Daryl Lynn, oh, thank you. No, it was actually Friday. It was actually last Friday. And yep, I was 62 years old. And my family and friends and all of that all checked in by phone. It was nice. It's about the only time of year I hear from any of them. Well, my family anyway. And so it was nice. And my friend Bob did check in, which he is doing well. I hear from him once a year usually. Once or twice, always on my birthday. It's one of those, if one of us is lost, there's always that day. All right, so now let's pick a different color. Now I am also going to, this also is another color. Because I'm working inside of this, and these are all repeats, I am just going to, once again, just to be able to maintain the symmetry somewhere, because I didn't maintain it anywhere here. It's in the design. But here we're going to add just a little bit of color. And I think there's enough spaces in this to accommodate being able to use that in that way. All right, so now here is a blush colored one. So we'll use that here on this side. This one's sort of uninteresting, but we'll see how it works together and what it gets paired with. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Thank you very much. And yeah, it was lovely. And of course, my COVID-19 check arrived, and I deposited it and it immediately got rejected. I was like, uh-oh. And so it turned out it was user error, of course, me. I didn't put the endorsement on it quite right. So fortunately, you know, between electronic stuff, you can do all of that stuff from right here at home. You don't even have to get in the car and go to the bank anymore. All right, this is, I'm gonna toss that back because that's, I mean, yeah, let's go here. All right, this is a dark purple. That's a bigger, you know, a much better contrasting look. I don't care what color it is, just so long as it wasn't super light again. So, like I said, this is really, I mean, you know, this is just a fun little light exercise to show that you just don't have to worry so much about colors. Now, this will work even on a non-symmetrical type of drawing, although you do have to sort of prepare your mind's eye for the Salvador Dali look or the Picasso look. That's it. With just sort of bizarre, you know, bizarre colors making up this skin or flowers or a, you know, a woodland creature or something along those lines. Okay. Again, quite the little pile of, quite the, whoops, so I can show you that. Quite the pile of markers there. There, here. Back to this, and ooh, that's an even darker purple. Wow. Okay. In that case, then let's use that one on this side of this. And I'm not worried about it being perfect or anything like that. Whereas the last several videos have been, excuse me, somewhat exacting in their, you know, use of all those different colors and all of that to make up that metalwork. This is much more of just a light, have fun. Afternoon walk. He was looking so gorgeous with his ears. Hi, Corolla. And hi, Brandy. Wait. In case it was ham. Ooh, yum. Love ham. Greasy rice is rice that is cooked in a grease of meat that was in a crock pot. Oh, yum. Yum. Ham. Greasy rice. Yum. Actually, it just sounds unappetizing, but I bet it tasted great. Hello, Heather. Oh, ham is so heavenly. It is the one, Jamie, my neighbor, I have finally now had a chance to inventory that freezer. He literally, there's beef, there's bison, there's pork, there's chicken. I got enough chicken to last a lifetime. There's bacon. Oh, bacon. Fish. Everything except there was no ham. Oh well. That's okay. And yet, you know what? Well, that's yet another purple. Apparently, I stumbled into a den of purple. It's okay. Oh, love mustard. Oh. Mustard, mayonnaise. I actually like, what I do is I mix my spicy brown mustard with my mayonnaise and my cheese sandwiches, my grilled cheese sandwiches. And then you take a can of tomatoes and put it in the blender and throw in about half a cup of milk and then heat it up, and it's tomato soup and you have to add about probably a teaspoon of sugar, and then some butter and grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. Okay. Now I am going to consciously choose a green. All right, only because I want to. And because it's my coloring and I get to have a say. So I'm just going to choose the green because it's going to sort of pull everything together. No rules, just right. Whoops. I almost missed. Oh no, we can't miss Melinda. Hi, Heather. Oh, I do too. Ooh, yum. So tonight I got out shish kebab meat. I don't know. I need I guess I could just use some, make up some oil and vinegar dressing to act as a marinade. I'm going to have to use frozen vegetables because I don't have any potatoes and onions, but I do have frozen. I flash froze. I chopped up a bunch of onions and put them in baggies or plastic bags in the freezer. So I've got those with bell peppers. So that's what's for dinner tonight with some brown rice. Ooh. Yeah, see, this works. Of course, it would just be a combination of my beautiful design, which looks good in any color. I have noticed that whenever Anne attempts this, she colors in one of my books. Maybe because it's guaranteed to always be pretty. Okay. So even though it's a little weird, right? It doesn't not work. Wilson, you mean between the freezing rain and the ice pellets? Uh-oh. 3 seasons in one day. Oh dear. Yeah, we have had, believe me, when I've lived in weather like that. Reno, Nevada is a lot like that. And you can wake up in the morning to snow and ice and go to bed at 75 degrees. Okay. All right, now I am once again grabbing a color. Boy, there are a lot of these weird brown colors in the CaliArt set, So let's just pick a spot and we'll just go for it, right? So this is another of the sort of neutral browns. Come out that side. Just do 2 spaces. And another one. This one's more of a gold color, I think. Let's go high. We'll go high. Wow. Really? This looks very similar to the other one. Okay, well, that's just the way it is. Oh, there's a pink, at least. Probably a flesh color. No, actually it is a pink. Well, sort of a pinky flesh color. On the other hand, this is also just an exercise in mindless coloring. Oh, look, there's a blue. Let's go this way. Let's go, well, no, let's continue going this way. Maybe we'll get some pretty colors this way. Oh yeah, that's a pretty color. Of course, as they dry, they are prettier. And then you can dude it out, you know what I mean? With glitter or sparkles or dots of, dots of some sort of color. Okay, there's green. Beside which, as I am working on this this one, it's good to have something a little more mindless. Once again, I darkened up the colors here. I have not yet darkened the colors here because I may yet change this. I'm thinking of possibly, I may have to leave this one the same. I like what I did with the, because I added some green and some pink and some darker purple into this. And so I like that a little bit. But I want to decide what I want to do with these, because these flowers are throughout the entire length of the pictorial book. Well, they're not on that page, but they are, like, there's one right there. There's one right there. They look like poppies. So, I mean, I'm thinking maybe the red orange of poppies. Hi, Mona. How are you, my dear? Tomorrow will be the third one in 4 weeks. Wait. Wait. Wow. The third. Jill, the third surgery in 4 weeks? Is that what you're saying? And where the heck have I been? Not paying attention? Oh my goodness. 3 surgeries in 4 weeks. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay. Well, my friend, I have another friend who's just, who's done, she had like a major surgery. And then she's had to have a bunch of little ones as well. So, okay, this one is purple. Again, we're at purple. The one thing that the CaliArt set has some nice ones is purples. Now, I also, courtesy of Barb Zenger, have the 120 set of these. Okay. Of the CaliArt. Which is one of the reasons why I'm not feeling too bad about just sort of using these to do exercises as opposed to color actual pictures. Well, this is an actual picture, excuse me. You know what I mean. Do you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Once again, this is another brown. So there are just lots of really good browns. Ooh, There's a red. A lot of really good browns in the CaliArt set. Oh boy. Yeah, positive thinking works a lot. Works a lot. I have always positively thought I am not going to get sick, and I never have. I don't believe in it, but that's my, that's my thing. I don't believe in getting sick, and therefore I never have. I like this color red. This particular one, the Argyle in the is just the most beautiful of the reds. To me, this is the true color of what a good ruby looks like, although this is really more the color of a garnet. Do you think I might like those? What? My jewel tones. My big old gaudy garnet ring. Okay, there is a blue. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, boy, Brandy, that can really make her recovery difficult. I know that it's very difficult when they can't participate in their own recovery from something like a broken hip. My stepmother was like that. Because eventually we couldn't keep her from we couldn't limit her mobility enough, and we ended up having to basically tie her into a chair, and that broke my heart. It's like holding her prisoner. Pissed me off. But on the other hand, the alternative was that she'd fall and break the hip again, or fall and break her head, or well. Randy, I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. There's like a sagey green. That's a pretty color. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little like a seafoam green. Oh, okay. Oh, Kenny, I am so glad that Joe got home. Hopefully you get to keep him for at least, 3 months? Maybe? At least a few weeks? And Ooh, black. Nope, calling. Calling vowel, not taking black. Whoops. Okay. Purple. Or hot pink. Another hot pink. Like fuchsia hot pink. So far, I have not repeated a single color. And the pile grows over here on my left hand. Okay, that is a baby skin pink. 3 months home and then gone again. 3 months home and gone. Okay. So three. Okay, so he's like working 6 months out of the year and home 6 months out of the year, but never, you know, never 6 months straight. Got it. Okay. So baby skin pink. Oh, yet another brown. This one is like a, this one is bitter chocolate. So this one is a really dark, like reddish color. Hi, Louise. What, Louise? Oh, Louise isn't here. Louise said something. Aha. Okay, got it. Never mind. Carry on. Okay, and this one is, no, I'm going to veto that as well. I'm going to direct this. I'm going to pull blue. Only because that color would have just not, it was too close again to this, and 4 of them in a row would have just not worked. So, I mean, it would have worked, but it, once again, it's my coloring. I can do what I want. Stop trying to justify your decisions, Christine. Okay. So now let's choose a yellow. Is this yellow? This one is a canary. Looks like a canary yellow, only they spelled canary CANARIE. Wow. Okay. And so we're just going to choose that for this area back here to just sort of unify the whole thing, right? So while the colors that are being used here would quite likely not be the first choice of anyone, if you were choosing a color palette or a project, but in very much the same way that the exercise that we did last year turned out beautifully this one is headed in that direction as well. Proving, as usual, that you can, in fact, not pay as much attention to colors if you can get out of your own head that everything has to be a certain way. Or that there's only one right color for flowers or leaves or, you know, or anything like that. Okay. Okay, so it is 3:30 right now. We have, let's see here. We could choose this is like a raspberry. Yeah. This is an old red. All right, so let's choose old red. Okay. And we'll do the rings. We'll do 4 rings each. Right? So there's 2. 3. Once again, just maintaining that sort of symmetry. Okay, so like that. Ooh, golden yellow. That's an interesting idea. All right, so let's do this. Golden yellow. How about this? I'll do golden yellow down one side. Maybe we'll do golden yellow here. Oh, excuse me. And golden yellow here. Once again, I'm trying to think of, because this one gets this side. So do you see what I did there? I went trying to keep the symmetry together. So that one, I don't know. It works. Works in my head anyway. Actually, you know what? Excuse me. I've got plenty of spaces. I'm gonna have to move this marker pile before too much longer. Hang on a second, guys. Okay. All right, it should be okay if I don't talk. All righty. So now, all right, so now, oh, please be a good color. Please be a good color. Please be a good color. Well, it'll be good for something, but not, well, all right, well, no, in per penny, in per pound. This is supposedly my exercise to show that color choice doesn't matter, right? So, we're only going to use it on these two, since these are the two that have the extra leaves on that side. Okay, now we'll come back in there. Oh, interesting. Pearl white. All right, veto. Pearl white just isn't going to show up anywhere. Blush. Another one. Well, we're, no, obviously in per penny, in per pound. So we'll go with blush. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. And then here, your color is just so interesting. And it has also to do with the human eye and the way that the brain processes color. When you get a cacophonous grouping of color, your brain starts to make music out of it. And it suddenly turns out wonderfully. Joe just came in from the mailbox and brought me the new Coloring Heaven Nouveau berries. Oh, is it got Herb Leonard's work in it? Is that what's in that one? I've got I have a Spay Nouveau, and I have his Fairy Garden, and I have the other one as well. The Fairy Nouveau. But these are directly from him at Prancing Pony. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, yet another brown. This one being brown. I guess. So this is just your basic brown. What are we going to do with basic brown? We'll just go here. Basic brown. When I color, this is my usually is my biggest issue, is trying to figure out the colors that I want to use. If I'm going for a theme or what the deal is. So these kinds of exercises are always good for me so that I can see that it matters less that I get the color right as that I get the technique right. Okay. I like that. All right. And now we can, this is Spectrum Green. I don't know what color that is, really. Yeah, I guess it'll have to do. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, you guys. By the way, you guys, I say. Y'all know that I love British television, right? You know, I love Endeavor and Poldark and, you know, all the Masterpiece Mysteries and all of that. But I also love your, you know, your Friday night production television. So over the years, I watched Monarch of the Glen. I loved it. I watched, anyway, right now I am in the, I watched Coupling. I watched, well, I've always been a fan of EastEnders, which is like the longest running soap opera in history, I think. Um, uh, but anyway, to make a long story short, I'm watching Heartbeat. Heartbeat, is that what it was? Ran for 18 seasons every Friday night. 18 seasons. My goodness. Okay. Let's find out. Ooh. Hey, finally, a pretty color. Finally, a pretty color. This time I'm leaving a big, wide space for the color to bleed into. Don't close up on me. Trying to make it look like there's, whoops, 18 seasons. Oh, it's called Heartbeat. A fan of British television. I've always been a fan of British television. Although I do have to say that overall, the way y'all talk to each other over there is mean. It's like, wow. But other than that, I mean, I can be mean. I can be. But why? Just as a matter of course in your life, why would you choose Of course, maybe it's just the TV. Maybe real people aren't like that. This is decidedly dark, isn't it? Although I don't know that this is particularly a good idea, making these gemstones, but I think it is. This particular show was a vehicle. The actor's name is Nick Berry, and he was apparently a heartthrob in the late 1980s, 1990s on EastEnders, and but he had three major roles in his career, one on EastEnders, one on Heartbeat, and then he went on to do another 5-year stint on. He was only on Heartbeat for 5 years, and then 5 years with EastEnders, and then 5 years on another show, and then he retired. And that I think one of the things I love about British TV, about British actors to begin with, is they're not superstars. They're ordinary people who went and studied their job. They studied acting, and they became stage actors, television actors. They do get lots of accolades, but it's not like they're treated like like we treat stars here in the United States. And that's probably why I like them. They're better at their jobs and they're more humble. Oh, another one? Weren't you eating a chocolate bunny last week, Carola? Or actually on at Connie's stream the other day? Okay. Speaking of Connie, I hope she's doing well. If she's watching, hello. And if not, well, then I'll catch you next week. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to, this is, now I am going to do a little direction here as far as I'm doing this green color on the inside of these. And all of the homesteading channels are starting to come back as they're all planting out for the spring season. That's a nice bit of unification. Those dark swirls right there. The pile is starting to attack. It is your second bunny indeed. Connie's on vacation. Okay. A chocolate bunny. There would be too many chocolate bunnies. I agree. I agree. I miss my grandmother at Easter. She would take me to church, and then there would be a Easter egg hunt in the garden, and she always had her camera out to take a picture of me in my little Easter outfit. Early on, it even had a hat. There was always a hat. Of course, that was the early 1960s. It was like 1962. And I'm wearing this silly hat. Okay. Oh, what colors do we have left? I'm sorry, I'm going to pull a yellow only because I want to. Actually, I just want to keep the outside of this light because I like the way that the dark is in there. So I don't want to mess that up. So we'll choose this. Let's see how this is going to work. And once again, just really contrasting and clashing colors, and yet it still manages to somehow come together and work. And because that's exactly how realism works too. When you look across a crowded restaurant, you don't notice all the clashing colors and styles and all of that, right? Your brain is able to separate out the faces of people, the differences between tables and tablecloths and dishes and uh, and carts and restaurant trays and all of that kind of stuff, carpets and wallpapers and this is also exactly the reason why you can walk into a casino or something like that, or a convention center that has huge patterned sections of carpeting and light splashing and all of that, and your brain doesn't just go wild, is because it makes sense of cacophony. And that's why this kind of an exercise works. Well, hello, Shara. And yeah, and thank you so much for your kind birthday wishes, my dear. I did see that you did wish me a happy birthday. And I think that I wrote back on the group thing. I apologize that I haven't been around. And everybody, hello, Shara of Reborn Living Dolls. And hello, Michelle Creates. Wow, where have you guys been? Who's on? Who's on that you're just now getting here? Oh, Brandy, no problem. That was last week. It was last Friday. The older I get, of course, the less I say anything. Actually, when I turned 60, it was my first year doing YouTube, and I turned 60, and not really even thinking about it, I mentioned it that it was that it was going to be my birthday in a stream, and I did not expect the reaction that I got. I mean, let's put it this way: I hadn't had a birthday present in a long time because I don't really have any family. And the community just like went way overboard. Not that I didn't appreciate it, but so now I really downplay it. I really seriously downplay it. I don't admit to it at all, because it just, I mean, I felt so guilty accepting all of these gorgeous, wonderful gifts. Same thing happened at Christmas. But now that I actually have Social Security coming in and not just the, sort of tight income that I've had before, after I catch up on a couple of things, I will never have to feel guilty again. I hope. Of course, never is a very long time, so we never say that. Or you shouldn't say it. You should never say I never, because just before you even know it, you did. Well, No, no. I have done nothing to deserve the largesse that the community showed to me. And but on the other hand, uh, well, and Kathy knows there was a price to pay for that. So, and Lord knows I paid it. But we won't talk about that either. I came up in memories. A picture came up in memories on Facebook the other day, and I'm like, oh hell no, 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 no. Don't want to remember that. Okay. So I like it. I like the way that that is turning out. Yeah. Between Nichols and Shara, or Kathy and Shara, I mean, it's like, these are people who kept me sane at various points in time, along with Sandy and Ann and Dee Dee and, a lot of other people that just got me through it. They just held my hand. They just held my hand until the shaking stopped. Melody. Oh my gosh. My sweet Melody. Speaking of which, anybody seen Melody? Please tell me you have. If you have, I will give you 1,000 kisses. Um, I was telling Kenny just the other day that this is what happens, when we make friends with people. When we make friends with people and we don't know how to reach them aside from these little boxes, they could get lost. They could get lost and we would never know. And that is, to me, that is the most difficult thing about all of any kind of, on the one hand, you when you're on YouTube, you have to maintain a certain amount of anonymity. You just have to. And if you have a channel that takes off, you have got to go back and do it again. I mean, really, like I was one of the homestead channels that it's really taken off. They've actually decided, because of their popularity, because they now have over 1 million viewers, they need to sell their farm. They want to anyway, but when they sell their farm and start over again, of course they'll be documenting the whole thing, but they are going to handle their privacy differently because too many people are able to find them right now, just based upon a history of watching their channel, and and not all of them who have found them have been quite normal, you know? So I mean, I completely get that we all need to maintain a level of privacy. On the other hand, it is very easy for one of us to get lost and the others to never know, to never know. And on the other hand, it could be just something as simple as, they just decided to cancel an account and give up the internet for a while, or they got a new boyfriend and they just never go online anymore, or they found a new hobby and so they don't go to streams anymore, or whatever. And you just never know. So you end up guessing. And of course, we all know that not all of us are small, anxious people who would like very much to know where our friends are. All of us, I guess I should say, all of us are sometimes. That's what I meant. All of us are sometimes that. You don't have to talk to them. You just need to know they're there. Shara is just doing so glad. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that going around, Shara. All right, I think. Oh wow, it's 4:05. Okay. I think that this one is going to have to just finish up this little ring. And then I think I'm just going to have to call it a day, guys. But let's pull back the camera and see what we can see here. All right. Now, I could be wrong, but I mean, it works, right? It absolutely works with just a little bit of, uh, of sort of the tying it together as far as using the same color on these particular outer flowers. Although I don't think I'd have had to. I think I could have just randomly chosen. So this is just the random, literally reach in the bag, grab a random color kind of picture, and just do a spot in every color, and it works. So the eye really does make sense of cacophonous color. So if you don't know what color to use them all. All right? And just play, because it ends up being a style, like a Picasso style. And oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I got to pee, guys. I'll be right back. Hang on. Oh, I am going to make it. I am. Okay. Yay. Sorry about that. Whew. Well, let me tell you what, that beat the alternative. Jackson Pollock. Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry, I put the sign sideways. um, Oh, but so you get what I mean, though, right? The fact that you just, you just get out of your heads as far as color. I have to choose the right colors. You don't have to choose the right colors. Choose them all. Just choose them all, and you'll come up with something, and it helps if you're coloring in one of my books, if you need to do that. But you could do it in any way, shape, or form. Imagine, this is the blue bunting. So what if you did his, oh, wait, we did. What if you did his chest one color and his wing one color and his wing another color? And I think this was another color experiment, wasn't it? Where we were just playing with color. And, what about monotone? And what about, uh, just a limited color palette, that kind of thing. You can just color is play. So play to your heart's content. Um, and that's what coloring should be about. It's not about who's better. It's not. It's about who's having fun and who's enjoying it and who is, you know, it's just it should be. And you believe me, you'll get better. You will absolutely get better. The more you do it, the better you'll get, and you just need to experience it and have fun with it, and make it your own, and go on a journey. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't even have to get done. Just have fun. And until we meet again, we will meet next Sunday, but once again, I will try to find the motivation to do a midweek video. It is, part of it is that I really have convinced myself that I don't have anything to say anymore, because I can't talk about the things I want to talk about, which are all way too controversial. So I have to sort of tone back and talk about things that I can talk about, and that I'm A, knowledgeable enough to talk about, and B, are not controversial. So I am not always motivated to go there, kind of thing, especially not if I'm right in the middle of a bunch of online heated discussions, private ones, not public ones, uh, about the stuff that I want to talk about. Primarily, state politics and state and federal politics. But okay, so until we meet again, color something pretty, everybody. See you next week.